Well, this is it, the final episode of season number 6 of F1 My Team, the season finale, and also Michael Schumacher's farewell, also Sergio Perez's last race in Formula 1. Quite a few changes heading into season 7. In the background, you've seen a few activities take place. Now, first of all, if you haven't seen the last episode, guys, at Jeddah, go check it out, link up in the top right. But this weekend, Abu Dhabi, we're going to try and go out on a high. We can't really do much except fight for second place in the Drivers' Championship against Sergio Perez. The gap between us right now is 8 points. Perez with the advantage and second in the championship. Max has already won the title, so he's chilling right now and he can just put his feet up and enjoy this final race. You just see in the background there the final R&D chart at the end of the season, and also confirmation that we have a regulation change coming next season for the durability. So we've already protected all of our parts. So we've done our bit and our car will be ready for next year. The final season of My Team, by the way, if you haven't seen that video, then link up in the top right, where I basically spoke about some changes for My Team season number 7. But yeah, we're going to try and go on a high and see if we can have a decent weekend here. And like I said, we are fighting for second in the Drivers' Championship, so we're going to try and beat Sergio Perez if we can. The best way to do that is if we won the race and got our fastest lap. That would be 8 points, and on count back due to race wins, we'd get second place. Anyway, in the background you've seen a bit of Q1 action as we set our first time lap. It was a 31.1, which wasn't that spectacular, so I actually, luckily, fueled for 2 laps. So I had a cool down lap and then went for a second attempt, and you can see here we're 4 to 5 tenths up, give or take, making our way into the final part of the track now, taking one of the bollards with us, making our way to the final corner then, making sure we end the lap nice and cleanly across the line, improving by 4 tenths. And going purple in sectors 2 and 3, moving into the top 5, and that would be it for Q1. I wouldn't go back out again. The others did, and there was a few glitched, super fast lap times like Perez, Leclerc, Ocon. Compared to where Verstappen is, for example, was usually the measuring stick. You kind of get the idea. But yeah, overall, both cars into Q2, and happy days. Now in Q2, I tried my luck on the medium for a change because I felt like it was actually going to be a half decent tyre because it's not going to overheat unlike the soft. So you may actually get more out of it, especially in the final sector. First lap though, across the line, 30.999, which is actually faster than our first run on softs in Q1, and we're only 2 tenths off our Q1 lap time on softs. So I thought, let's go for a second lap. I feel like we could actually improve and do better. You can see Max is just ahead of us. He's also done a 130.9, so we're pretty close in terms of pace. Already a tenth up, making our way through 2 and 3 there. We just touched the inside curb at turn 3 and go for a spin. So yeah, that's going to put an end to my second attempt as we try to drive backwards and get the car spun around. After that, I put the soft tyres on and we need to deliver this lap to get into Q3. So let's see if we can make it. At the final corner then, starting the lap. Tyres are a little bit hot. I didn't really get the temperatures right, but still we're going to try and push on. We may overheat towards the end. Turn 1, I actually missed a gear. I went down to 5th when I should have gone down to 4th, so we understeered and didn't get the apex. Through 2 and 3, keeping it nice and clean, and we're a tenth and a half up. Into the 4-5 chicane, didn't really attack the left there as much as I would have liked, and that sets us a little bit offline into the right hand. And then again here, I meant to go for second gear, but for some reason the downshift didn't go down, and in third I just got a load of understeer, and we've lost a bit of time. So we've probably thrown away about 2 tenths already, maybe even more than that to be fair, just by missing gears, which isn't really ideal. On the anchors though, down to third, left and the right, back straight chicane, back on the power, good job through there, finding a bit of lap time as we open the DRS, and we're now nearly 2 tenths up as we start the final sector. Hard on the brakes again, look at about 80 meters from the apex, turning a bit too early there as we clunked the curb a bit too much, and we're a bit too safe through the chicane. 90-degree left off cambered. We do get a pretty decent run out of there, but we have actually lost time in that sequence, which is pretty insane to say we're on softs. Now though, the final part of the lap, the 90-degree corner is coming up underneath the hotel, trying to see if I can squeeze anything out of these tyres and to try and find some lap time. Again there, not quite catching the apex, and it's been a very scruffy lap up until this point. The penultimate corner, nicely done through there, and then the final corner, patience on the throttle, on the exit, and eventually we do find a bit of time and we move up into the top 8, so we do improve for now and get into Q3. But unfortunately there was one car left across the line after everyone set their laps, and that person was Max Verstappen. And yeah, he knocked us out. So, yeah, game over. He's going to be the only man in the 129s in Q2, so pretty strong pace from Max. Personally, it was a scruffy session, and Q2 wasn't really on the money, especially that final lap. I think we easily threw away about 4/10, but I just could not clean the lap up. And I was struggling with car balance, to be fair. I always struggle here. The max out cars are very, very tough to drive around this circuit. It really challenges how much you can push a car. And yeah, Michael into Q3, we're out in Q2. So a bit of a surprise, but that is the way the cookie crumbles. Anyway, that's it for qualifying. We're going to send it from P11 and see if we can turn this one around in the race.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Michael Schumacher, Sainz, George Russell and Gasly, Ricciardo, Martinez, Norris. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Yuki Tsunoda. Latifi, Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty. Antonio Giovinazzi and Matsushita. Stroll, Lundgaard, Valtteri Bottas and Mick Schumacher. Eilert, Mazepin, Ocon, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Robert Schwartzman. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Now then, time for the final race of Season 6, finale time, and we've got work to do. Now, for this race, we're starting from P8. Quite a lot of penalties up ahead, and that is going to benefit us quite nicely. Now, strategy for this one, I'm thinking of starting on the medium. It may not be the fastest tyre, but I think we won't have any overheating issues with it. So, this is a strategy I'm going to go for on paper, and we'll see if we can make it work. If I can stretch the medium a little bit more, then I will. Fuel-wise, we're going to go, as always, on minimum. Make sure that we're nice and light, and I think we're ready to go. I'm looking forward to it. We've got nothing to lose. Ultimately, we want second place in the Drivers' Championship. That means beating Sergio Perez here today. If we can win and get the fastest lap, then second place is guaranteed, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get into the action and have a little bit of fun. Okay, here we go then. The season finale. If you like, if you enjoy it, 5 lights. And we're underway. Good start, actually. Pretty decent to say we're on medium. Lando on the outside. Into turn 1 we go. We're going to go through the gap and get on the outside of Carlos Sainz, which gives us the inside through here, which is not a corner I'm very confident at after spinning in qualifying. Into the chicane we go. Had Lando have a little look up the inside there, but no way through. We're going to try our luck on the outside of the hairpin here. I feel like it's always the better line because it gives you a better exit. Sainz with the acceleration in the initial phase will try and tuck into the slipstream. Here we go. Now we're making progress. To the outside we go. Sainz struggling. We're going to go all the way around here. And there we go. Dropped on. Gave him a bit of a squeeze on the exit, but we're up to P7 on the medium, which is great. Red Bull 1-2 right now, so they're going to be driving way out front. So catching Perez won't be easy this race, but we need to give ourselves the best chance. The best chance is by having a very good first stint. I'm confident in the pace. You know, qualifying was a bit scruffy. I definitely had Q3 pace. Probably could have qualified into the top 6, but still, that was yesterday. Well, that was, you know, before. Now we're in the race. Next task now is to try and stay within a second of the cars ahead when DRS gets enabled, and then we'll start to get past these one by one. Probably worth noting, but Michael running in a very good P3 right now. It seems to go well around here. He got a podium last season, of course, in this race. That was his only podium, so Michael's final race seemingly going out on a high. Good to see. Verstappen setting the pace, 33.1. Let's see what we're doing on medium, just to kind of counter that.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. 33.9
on medium, not too bad. That's pretty decent, and I probably could go faster to be fair, but I am limited by what I can do in dirty air. Let's have a look at Ricciardo then, see if we can, maybe we can overtake. The AI should no longer be in full power, so they should be easier to pass and easier to close up to. So let's see, I'm going to try and set Ricciardo up for the second straight here. If I can have a nice progressive, you know, first straight and make some ground up on the Aussie, and then hopefully We can then set him up. We're going to use quite a bit of battery here to really close in, and then under braking we'll try and nail it. And then all we've got to do now is get the exit if possible. Bit of oversteer through the left flick onto the right, but we managed to gain. Here we go, then we're close enough. Ricardo does have DRS, but it doesn't have much of a slipstream. Closing in. Up the inside we go. On the dive bomb, Maestro himself. And we're up to P6. Nice move. Let's go after Gasly now. Oh, we've lost Matsushita. First retirement of the race. I don't really want a safety car, to be honest. I'm quite happy just running the normal race. The Red Bulls aren't pulling away as much as I would expect them to, and Perez is still visible, so this race is definitely game on. Michael now just starting to struggle a little bit for pace. He's had a good, decent weekend so far. Well, we can't overtake Pierre. Yellow flag zone. So a shame, because I actually got a really nice exit through the chicane, but we're going to have to wait another lap at least. Michael's starting to struggle for pace now as he's holding everyone up. Let's try and get Gasly.
The track is clear. Green flag.
Let's crack on then. Alright, this time we can definitely go for the move. No yellow flag. Restrictions in place. I think I may even have a chance on this first straight, actually. Maybe not. Gasly got a pretty decent exit, but we're definitely going to set him up for the second straight. We may see even more action with Russell potentially putting a move on Michael. It does seem like we've got decent straight line speed as a team, because Michael's competing and staying ahead of George. Let's see then, through the chicane. Lovely, great drive and traction out there. The softs would already start to be going off probably at this stage. We're going to go to the outside here, try to get a bit of a toe from Russell. Going to go nice and deep on the brakes. Hang it round. Yellow flag behind. I think something happened. I don't think, it must have been me. Gasly isn't there anymore, so we must have had contact. I felt absolutely nothing in the full feedback, but Gasly went around there. I'm pretty sure I left plenty of space. We'll have to put up a replay and have a look, but Gasly round and drops towards the back. Probably, in that case, I'm assuming damage as well.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Copy.
Not a bad option, to be fair. Medium soft, but I'd like to go soft if I can, as we have a moment through there. I hate that corner so much with these cars. It's literally impossible. Something that's so easily flat out in the standard cars is impossible to drive in these anyway. The other option is a one-stop. Now this depends how our race goes and how far Max gets, but a one-stop could be a decent option. It would require us going very long though, probably to lap 18 on these tyres, maybe even lap 20. Anyway, let's have a look at Russell then. I want to try and get him on the second straight. He's putting Michael under some pressure, so it's game on. Gonna see if I can get a good exit through here or not. Damn it, that's annoying. And I think Russell might actually get Michael here, so this isn't over yet. Here we go. Oh my god, they're swapping places. Right, let's see how this goes. This could get interesting. Russell, Michael side by side. We're gonna use this as an opportunity to sneak by it. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it, mate. Love your work, teammate. You finally come clutch and come through for us in the last race. So there we go. 3-4 for us. Let's try and get Michael now on the DRS straight, and then we get to clean air, try and push off the Perez a little bit before the first stops. And oh, Michael's in already. So there we go. Verstappen pits as well. Let's push then.
Michael is in the pits. Michael in the pits.
Important phase of the race, this one now. I will say Max has rejoined behind loads of alternate strategy traffic. They're all going through that chicane behind me now. Easily 5 or 6 cars worth. So Max isn't going to have the benefit of, pulling away on those tyres. So if we can run at a good pace now, we could really upset the rhythm here. Perez will also be in traffic eventually, so we can get ourselves in this race with Max stuck in traffic. There we go, Perez pits. We're going to set a pretty decent lap, 33.9 in clean air. Not too bad considering 8 laps of tyre wear and no DRS, of course. Let's keep this going. If I can stay in the 33s, that'd be perfect. There's Max, he just pops up now in P5. He was battling with Stroll, and he still is battling. Is what I'm saying. He's losing time. This is great for us in terms of going long on this stint. It could help us out quite a lot. Right, Max is now up to P3. He's starting to push on now, but Perez is also caught up to him. Michael also making up some ground. But that bit of traffic has really helped us out. I'm going to change my strategy, I think. I'm going to go for medium. It's a used medium, the one we're using Q2, which we had the spin on, but it should be a better tyre than the soft. It will last longer, and I think we'll get a better performance out of it over the whole stint. Also, I want to benefit from that max traffic. I don't really want to throw away another lap, so I want to cash in straight away here. We can go for the softs a bit earlier for an undercut if we have to in the final stint to make up the time, but I really want to try and gamble on this and see if we can make it work. So here we go then.
Complete, go now.
2.9, bit of a slow stop, but we're going to be behind Michael.
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left.
But we're going to be comfortably in P4. We'll have about the same tyre as everybody else, probably. It's going to be neck and neck with Ricciardo here. Side by side with the McLaren. I'm going to let him go. We'll just wait for the DRS and make it an easy overtake. But yeah, tyre weight's pretty low. You can see even with a spin in qualifying, so it was worth going for these. Let's get Daniel then. Can we get him on this straight, or shall I wait to the next one? We'll get him now. Why not? Let's go for it.
Okay, some information on Bottas. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Not really my concern. Anyway, let's push on then. Let's get after Michael and then after Perez.
The side pods have taken damage. Keep an eye on your engine temperature. Cooling may be adversely affected.
Oh dear. Was that with Ricciardo maybe? Well, that's not ideal. The car does feel a bit more twitchy. Ricciardo got wing damage, I think. Yeah, the car was a bit more on the edge. We've had this before with side pod damage. Yeah, this is an issue now. Damn it. This could be the end of our race in terms of, you know, the objectives we wanted to achieve. That damage doesn't look good. Doesn't feel good either. Shame because the pace is there, I can feel it in the tyres, but the car is so twitchy. I'm not really making any progress. I think the best we'll do this race is P3. I reckon I can maybe get Michael. Well, I seem to have found a fix already for the side pod. At least, not a fix, but a bit of an improvement, and that is using 51 brake bias. I'm also just knocking back the differential a bit so that we're not so rear limited. That seems to have worked a little bit. The car does feel a bit better. Just got to watch out for front locking on 100 pressure, but if I can avoid the front locks, it'll mean the braking's a bit more on the front, so we won't lose the back end so much into corners. It's almost like you can really feel the 50 brake bias with the side pod damage. The car just spins on the braking, so this might actually give us an opportunity now to really go for it. Right, we've got ourselves within DRS range of Schumacher here. Bit of a mistake there through the hairpin, but anyway, we've got the DRS, that's all we want. We'll close up quite a bit on this straight because Michael doesn't have DRS. I don't know if I'll be close enough for the move on the second straight, to be honest, but we'll have a look anyways. We're really closing. You can see here the closing speed. Oh, I've just locked the front there. I've just nicked the front with the overspeed. Yeah, we're not going to pass Michael this lap. Bit of a scruffy one. Car's still off balance. You know, if I try to push, it goes. I've got to really just be patient with it, but it is more drivable with the brake bias adjustment. Right, let's try that one again. It will help the side pod damage with the adjustments I've made. Once the fuel burns off, that will also help compensate. The car will be a bit more agile and it won't be so prone. Normally it's gonna rotate more and have more issues with the overweightness of the fuel, but if we can shake the fuel off, then that's gonna really help us out. Anyway, let's get Michael here. Trying to lock up with the 51 bias. Set up the exit, patient on the throttle there. Had to wait a long time to pick it up, but now we can go for it. Here we go. The final time, going for a move on Michael Schumacher by the looks of it. Michael going to keep his nose in, and he's not going to make it easy for us, but we're through and into the podium places. Now then, do we have a chance against the Red Bulls? Probably not. I had a chance though, you know, without the damage. The pace was actually pretty good, especially with the fresh soft tyre on the way after for the final stint, but you never know, we could still get a safety car or something, and we might still have a chance with that soft tyre. Let's just keep pushing and see what happens. Michael actually pits, to be fair, and so does Perez.
Michael is coming in for his stop.
Interestingly, Perez onto another set of mediums.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
So Perez not going for the soft tyre, whereas I think Max might. So let's just push on and see what happens. Hopefully Perez struggles to pace a little bit on that tyre, you never know. Okay, Max pits. In that case, I think it will be a medium for Max. Unless he tries to stretch a soft, but I'm pretty sure he won't stretch a soft from that far. I was kind of hoping maybe they'd go for like a hard tyre or something on one of the cars, but oh well, it is what it is.
Okay, some information on Perez. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Okay. Okay then, game on. We may have a chance. I'm going to extend by 1 lap, so we're going to box.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
The team also agreed we've done a strategy change, but Perez has issues. This could be the opportunity now. Right then, game on. We're faster than Perez as it is already. We're going to reduce our front wing by 1, again, to counter the oversteer being generated by the side pod damage. And this is the best we can do now with the brake bias, with the wing adjustment, and the diff. This is what we can do, so we're going to box now for the softs. Let's get these soft tyres on. Let's see what we can do. Imagine now if Verstappen retired, man. It would be a sweet way to end it if I could get a win. Honestly, it would do the championship standings justice. Let's see then. Here we go. We need a quick stop here, boys.
Go, go, go.
Lovely. 2.2 we'll take. That's going to be close with Michael here, I think.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Maybe not. He's already out ahead. But not by much. Our straight line speed should be pretty powerful with that wing adjustment. Already oversteering with the that corner there. We just always struggle so much. We're going to have quite a bit of front understeer now. The fronts are going to have to work extra hard. But all for the balance of the car. Let's also try and nick a faster lap if we can. I think Michael could also get a podium here. Depends how long Perez's car issues persist for. But Perez is quite slow. He's slower than what Max was at Jeddah. The difference is Perez hasn't got stupid AI cars battling behind him, so we're catching him a lot faster as well. Purple in sector 3 though. Let's close in on Michael and try and go for the move here. Still struggling through there even with fresh tyres. And let's hopefully get our fastest lap as well with some DRS assistance. Let's actually see what the fastest lap is as well. I want to know so that I can aim for it.
Currently, the fastest lap is a 1 minute 32.4.
Okay, 32.4. Fair enough. Let's be patient here. Lovely stuff. Nice exit. Now we can just breeze past. Thank you, Michael. Follow me, mate. We're going to go get ourselves a couple of podiums. Let's go. There we go. That should be a new fastest lap. That could still maybe get beaten, but I'm happy with that. Car feels okay now with the adjustments and the fuel burn off. Still a bit unstable, but it's manageable. Yeah, I think Perez is back to full speed now. I don't think he's struggling because Michael's also dropping off at the same rate that I'm catching Perez. So yeah, I don't think Checo's in trouble. Purple sector 3 from us. Tyres are holding on at the minute. They're not letting go just yet. We've got a mountain to climb though. Now with Perez back at full pace, it's going to be a big gap to try and catch, but we'll give it our best shot, knowing that AI got to go full power in the last 2 laps. I'm overheating the rears. That's it now. Game over. We're not going to catch Perez. Well, here we go then. Last sector of the championship. Verstappen's going to win the final race in style. Perez will get second, and I'm going to finish in third. So the top 3 are going to finish in championship order. And it kind of summarises the season, to be honest. We just lacked a little bit. We threw it away in the races when we were in a position to win. Monaco springs to mind straight away. You know, P10 instead of P1, that was a painful race. And, you know, again, Michael wasn't really up to pace. He's done a good job this season, you know, to try, but it's not been good enough. Good final race from him, but too little, too late. And yeah, job done.
That's it. What a season. Great work this year. Really great work. It's been hard at times, but we've come through.
It's been a roller coaster season then, but they can go into the winter with their heads held high after an emphatic victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
And there we have it. Season finished. Job done in Season 6. It wasn't the year we hoped for, to be honest, but, you know, it is what it is. Congrats to Verstappen, congrats to Red Bull for the championship again. We will go again next year. The final season, guys. Confirmed. There'll be one last season of my team. Stay tuned. Changes are on the way. If you haven't seen that video, by the way, then go check it out. Link up in the top right regarding the future change of my team. If not, I'll explain it in the preseason episode anyways. But, yeah. Things are going to be changing soon, and I'm curious to see where the future takes us. Anyway, there is your final race results and your final top 10. We're going to look at the standings for the final time to see how it all ended. So, we finished 50 points off. Michael creeps into the top 14 with that podium, well, that P4 in the last race. Yeah, we threw it away, man. We had a couple of races this season. I can't think of like more than one. Monaco is the one that springs to mind, but I can't think of others. But I know there were others where we've just thrown away points. But yeah, this was our championship to win, and we bottled it. So this one feels different to last season, where we didn't really have the car for it. This year we did, and we just threw it away. Yeah, but there's your final order, and you can see the second half of the table here with Mazepin and Schwartzman and Eilert at the bottom without any points. Constructors, second place. Comfortably second, to be fair, and that was a one-man job as well. Even without Michael's points, we still would have got second. So yeah, Red Bull just too strong and pretty much doubled us, outscored us by double, which is insane. So there's your final standings, and that is it for Abu Dhabi, guys. I'll be back soon for season number 7. I need a bit of time to get some mods in place, so understand that there will be some other type of content. I wouldn't say filler, but there won't be any my team for a couple of days. I need to try and get some modding done, and my schedule's quite tight. I'll be aiming to try and get a pre-season episode out for the weekend if I can turn it around in time. Modding takes a long time to perfect and get it right and have no bugs with, so bear with me on that one. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, guys, and this race, leave a like, subscribe for more for daily F1 content on my channel, guys. Things are going to change next week, and again, if you haven't seen the video, the changes video, go check it out, link up in the top right. But yeah, as always, a massive shout out to the channel members for supporting the content. I much appreciate you guys. Finally, check out the 2 videos on your screen if you haven't seen them already. But that's it from me here today, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.